Hi, I'm Trisha Goyer, author of Calming Angry Kids, and today we're going to be talking about a parent's response to anger. Now, there are two ways that parents, or all of us, respond to anger, and that is internally and externally. We're going to talk about internal anger first. Now, internal anger is something that builds up inside. There's a lot going on, and we just keep stuffing it in, and we're trying to control our kids, and we don't often make time or have time to deal with those emotions ourselves. But it never does any good when we just let the anger build up. I remember after dealing with week after week of especially one of our girls and her tantrums, just feeling the anger build up inside. I remember every time she would come into the room, I would tense up and almost be waiting for an altercation or this angry moment. And I knew it wasn't doing me any good because if I'm tense, I don't want to be around that child. I don't want to build a relationship. I don't want to spend time with her because I'm so nervous about the anger that's going to come. So one morning I remember waking up and going before God and realizing that I needed to have Him help me deal with that anger. And so as I sat down with my Bible and with a journal, I just put it all out there. I put about the anger, about the pain that I had, about the feelings that it wasn't fair, that she'd been hurt from others in the past, and that we were receiving the brunt of that anger. And I got it down on paper. And finally, when I got it down, I asked God to show me how He saw her. He saw her as someone who was hurt, someone who was putting up walls, someone who was shooting darts just so they wouldn't bring other people close because she was so afraid of getting hurt again. And once I got God's perspective, I just felt the anger that I had melt away. I remember that moment just crying and forgiving her for the ways that she's hurt me, and also forgiving myself for the anger that I allowed to build up inside. And I also turned to God. I asked Him to help me with that anger. And it wasn't like overnight all of it was gone, but I did feel so much peace after that, knowing that I can turn to God, that I didn't have to carry all that anger by myself. Next, we're going to talk about external anger. Now, I didn't know I was an angry person until I had to deal with angry kids. So many times I would think to myself, these kids are making me so mad, and I would just feel the anger inside. So after that, my goal really became to stay calm. And this is so hard, but it's so important. It's really softening our face, not letting that tension build in our jaw, relaxing our shoulders, opening our fists, breathing deeply, and whispering a prayer. And it's so important because we don't want to join every fight that we are invited to. And our kids want us to join in their fights. Why? First of all, if we get angry, they're justified. They become a victim. There's so many times when one of my kids would be really angry and I would finally lose it and yell back, and they'd say, "You're yelling at me," and then become a victim. They feel bad about the way they're acting, so if they can get us angry, then they feel justified by the way they're acting. Also, when we escalate with our children, we are showing that we are losing control, and our kids love it when we lose control. And finally, we win when we stay calm. We are showing our children what it means to be able to be in a tense situation and to actually show them this is how we're able to stay calm. This is how we're able to control our emotions. It's something they're going to need to be able to learn. And the one that they're going to be able to learn it from is us. So many times we want to be able to win a fight. We want to have the last word. We want our kids to apologize. We want them to obey us, but really we win when we stay calm. So again, how do you stay calm? First of all, with our words. And I think the less that you say in the moment, the better. So usually I'll say something like, "I can see you're angry. We'll talk about this later." Or, "I can see you're angry. Just remember to make wise choices." Or, "I can see you're angry. Why don't you just go take a bath and have some time to yourself?" So many times we think we have to solve the problem in the moment, but that's not the case. We can give ourselves time. Also, when we feel ourselves wanting to square our shoulders and come back, just again, relax our body. Even if you need to sit down, find a comfortable position. So many times when I know I'm headed the wrong direction, when my shoulders are flaring up and I'm heading after my children, but really relax your body and stay calm. So today, for our last day, we have two challenges. First challenge, pour out your feelings to God. Get them down on paper. Get all the anger out, and then ask God to show you how He sees your child. Ask Him to soften your heart toward your child. Ask Him to help you love your child more. And challenge number 2, next time your child tries to pull you into the fight, choose to win by staying calm. Take a deep breath, unclench your fist, loosen your jaw, and send up a prayer for strength.